Imagine a world where every choice you make is like stepping onto a tightrope, suspended high above the ground. This is the realm of existentialism, where Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus guide us through the dizzying heights of individual freedom and responsibility. These thinkers championed the idea that true liberation comes from resisting the chains of authoritarianism. Sartre, in his groundbreaking Being and Nothingness, delved into bad faith, a self-deception akin to wearing a mask, to avoid the vertigo of absolute freedom. Meanwhile, Camus, in The Myth of Sisyphus, painted life as an endless climb up a mountain, where the struggle itself is what gives us meaning. Both philosophers urged us to embrace our own choices and craft our own destinies, even when the world tries to dictate our path. Imagine a world where every person is a painter, free to create their own masterpiece. Well, this would be an example of the essence of existentialism, once again championed by Jean-Paul Sartre and Albert Camus. Now, to reiterate, these gentlemen both believed in the power of individual freedom and the responsibility to resist oppressive forces. Sartre saw authoritarian leaders as art thieves, stealing the brush from the artist's hand and dictating the strokes. Camus, on the other hand, viewed life as an absurd theatre where personal rebellion was the only way to maintain one's dignity. Both philosophers warned that authoritarianism is like a dark cloud, overshadowing the vibrant colours of human autonomy. Now let's bring these philosophical views into the present and enter Donald Trump. His leadership style, marked by populist rhetoric and centralized power, is like a single artist trying to paint over a diverse mural. This could alienate voters who cherish democratic principles and individual freedoms, potentially leading to his loss in the 2024 election. Now, the relevant information to apply this is simply this. Trump's presidency, often criticized for its authoritarian tendencies, might face resistance from a society that values individual freedom and self-determination. His approach to governance, marked by a strong central authority and frequent clashes with the media, has sparked widespread debate. Many Americans who cherish democratic principles and the rule of law have voiced their concerns. Protests and public outcry have become common, reflecting a deep-seated fear of losing fundamental rights. The tension between Trump's leadership style and the public's desire for liberty continues to shape the political landscape. Over time, existentialist-inspired cultural movements, particularly among younger generations, could lead to a rejection of authoritarian leaders in favor of those who promote autonomy and personal freedom. As it stands, young voters that are aged 18 to 28 are expected to play a critical role in the 2024 US presidential election, making up about 17 to 21% of the total voting population. Historically, this age group has leaned more towards progressive or democratic candidates. For example, in recent elections, young people have favored Democratic candidates by a significant margin, with about 51% of likely voters in this group expressing support for a Democrat compared to 30% for a Republican. This demographic also tends to focus on key issues like the economy, climate change, and social justice, which can sway their voter turnout and preferences. Given these tendencies, it's possible that shifts in these areas could impact Donald Trump's chances with this group, especially as many young people express concerns about issues that don't align with his platform. In Part 5, we will be joining Sylvia for another look at Why Trump May Lose in 2024 with John Rawls' A Theory of Justice, which emphasizes fairness and equality as central to a just society. This is Baz signing off for now, and I will see you in the next video as the Harris-Trump debate continues.